going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. You don't know who I am. That means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Of course, check them out. But first, watch this video. And look, I know it's been about a week. Sorry, y'all. Independence Day. We had Constitutional Carry Pass on Saturday. It's been a busy week for me. It's been a pretty eventful week. All right. So, with that being said, we're going to go on to this video's topic. And I'm saying this video because I'm going to do everything in my power. All right. To get out at least 2 videos for y'all today. At least. Excuse me. Now, this video's topic is going to be kind of, I don't know, some people are going to have problems with it. I guess would be the best way to say it without spoiling exactly what the topic is. But y'all did read the title, so y'all know what the deal is, all right? Are hollow points for 380 ACP pistol really necessary? Now, when I say necessary, I strictly mean as a need, not a want or it's cool or, I mean as a need. Now, here's the truth of the matter. Technically speaking, you don't need hollow points in any round realistically. Here, hold on one second. There we are. Sorry. Babe, sorry. You're going to see this video anyway, so. Now, realistically, you don't need, you're not going to die if you don't have hollows in your mags or in your firearm, whatever you want to say. However, I will say that, let's say, for example, something like 9mm, basically, you need a certain amount of pressure for the round to, properly function as a hollow point. 380 doesn't necessarily reach that, in my opinion. Now, I'm sure there's some people that disagree. I thought of this video because I had some people, saying to me, oh, well, there's Underwood 380 ammo, and that's pretty good stuff. Now, I've looked into it, and from what I've seen, it actually does phenomenal. However, that's not necessarily the point I'm getting at. Now, as I was saying before, no one needs technically to have hollows in their, their firearm. However, it is better to, in most cases, it is definitely better to, just so that way, you don't have to worry about over penetration, shit like that. However, I will say, there's 2 big things that make me feel that, and I'll be honest, y'all, might know this, might not know this, but, I just pulled my LCP out of my pocket, almost said bodyguard. I don't know why. FMJs, it's what I carry, or at least in my fucking 380, that's what I carry, my little LCP. And the main reasons why is, as I mentioned before, there needs to be a certain amount of pressure behind the round for them to function properly. Because realistically speaking, if a hollow point doesn't function, if it doesn't expand like how it's supposed to, then you pretty much just paid extra money for, and something that's going to function like an FMJ. Now, of course, I'm sure, there's ammo that's like, oh yeah, well, there's a little bit extra pressure in here that, will make sure it expands. And I'm not saying there isn't. However, I do think overall that, with the lack of pressure or punch, we could say, behind it, I think that they're most likely not going to expand. Now, of course, I have seen some videos where it's like, yeah, they've expanded, but they didn't expand anywhere near what they should have if, for a self-defense firearm. So that's kind of something right there that I want to, I want everybody to sit there and think about for a second is, if it's not going to function the way you want it to, then why are you going to go out of your way to do that? Now, as I said, there's been research that I've at least seen, done on the Underwood 380 ammo. And before y'all ask, I am strictly talking 380 ACP ammo. I'm not including any plus Ps or anything like that, because that brings a whole different ball field into the topic. I think we can all agree there. Now, let's, as I said, get away from the plus Ps. If there's not going to be enough pressure for them to reliably expand, I don't think I can trust that. Now, that might just be me. Y'all might just be like, oh, well, I'd rather some reliably expand and, instead of all of them not. Yeah, I'm sure you would. I would too. But that's not really the point we're trying to argue here. Like, for example, my G2C, right? I'm not even going to take it off my hip. It's, I have two different types of ammo in there. And the main reason why was just because, I'll even tell you all the types of ammo too. I have Hornady Critical Defense and SIG V Crowns. So I actually used to have Hornady Critical Defense and Hornady American Gunners. However, the American Gunners, they for some reason they wouldn't function, or at least they would nosedive. A lot more in the G2C I noticed. So I took it out and replaced it with the V Crowns. That's not the point. The point is that I have reliable ammo that I know is going to expand just based off how many years of testing has been done on the ammo. You know what I mean? The ammo's reliably expanded for a long fucking time. It has enough pressure behind it because of the round it is to expand. It has enough pressure that it will do more damage. Like everybody knows that 380 is just a short 9 mil. And for those of y'all that are new and don't know, all right, this is how it is. 9 mil, also known as 9mm Luger, 9mm Parabellum, or 9x19. Those are the measurements of the cartridge. All right. 380 or 380 ACP or 380 Auto is also known as 9x17. It's just a short 9 mil, guys. Everybody likes to argue 9 mil doesn't even have, enough pressure behind it to do the job. And I mean, I personally can't agree with that because I've seen plenty of situations where 9 mil has stopped somebody with one round, but I've also seen situations where fucking higher pressured rounds couldn't stop somebody with one round. So it's a varying thing, obviously. But when it comes down to, like a little pocket gun, because that's how most firearms, chambered at 380 are, there's not really going to be enough pressure behind it for it to even reliably expand is the point I'm getting at least what I would carry on like my 9 mil, for example, because I know people are going to make the argument, oh, well, you can't guarantee any of your ammo is going to 100% reliably expand. I'm like, well, I mean, I kind of can if I know it meets all the criteria for properly doing it reliably, and I'm getting a little off topic here. All right. My entire point, though, is that with there not being enough pressure for it to reliably expand, and, as I said before, that, we can all agree that there are times where even higher pressured rounds don't reliably expand. I get it. I'm not saying that it's like, oh, yeah, well, it's so weak that it won't reliably expand ever. It won't do any of that. No, I'm simply just saying that there's not, generally speaking, enough pressure behind the 380 ACP cartridge, for it to, well, reliably expand. I've been saying that fucking sentence like a million times today. Now, I do want to move on to the next point where, there's another reason why I don't think the hollow points are necessarily, worth it for 380. On top of the fact that, they won't reliably expand, which that's one of the main reasons of hollow points, is expansion. So that expansion, so that way it does more damage to the target and you don't have the risk of over penetration. With the lack of pressure behind 380 ACP, I don't think it's going to over penetrate. I don't think it's really going to shoot right out somebody like that, even with an FMJ. Everybody likes to be like, oh, well, it goes in and out. And I'm like, bro, do y'all not know how the human body works? We're not hollow on the inside. We have a lot of organs, and meat and bones and all this other shit in our body that is like, okay, yeah, we got a lot here that a bullet can't just generally go right through when it's not at a decent rate of pressure. So that's another reason why I don't really think that they're worth it. Some people, of course, y'all could disagree. I'm sure there's going to be people that disagree. That's fine. I'm not shitting on 380 by any standard. I carry a 380, so it's not like I'm shitting on it by any means. But I don't think that hollows would necessarily be worth it at that point. I don't see what the use behind them could be, considering the two main points. You can't even give them that based off what the round is. You see what I mean? I don't know. Y'all might think that I'm crazy. That's all on y'all. Other than that, glad I was able to get a video done for y'all. I'm most likely going to be able to get another one done tonight. Y'all, other than that, y'all make sure. Oh, wait, shit. Hold on. Hold on. I almost forgot to do something. Y'all gonna make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all. And because you agree with me, you disagree with me, you don't even know what the hell to think, go and check out the podcast channel, Adam's channel, Centerfire Podcast, Gun Nut TV. Y'all know what the deal is. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.